Generation Iron. The times we live in, or the new hottest trend amongst today's youth is bodybuilding, fitness, and aesthetics. Everyone wants to be the biggest, the fastest, and the strongest. With the self-imposed pressure put upon by today's youth, they're making and a lust for instant gratification, adolescents are making uninformed, short-term decisions that could possibly affect them in the long term. Online, you can Google performance-enhancing drugs or steroids and find hundreds of websites with links with just bro science explaining what each of them does as well as their doses. While these products are unregulated, so is information behind them. People see get big, kids today see get big quick and click buy now. According to a study performed November of 2013 by the FDA, it states that 3% of females in today's high schools and 5% of males have tried some form of performance-enhancing drug. First was asked, so why? To which most respond, why not? I'm young. This will help me get into a good college. It will help me reach my goals faster than anyone else. And then they don't look ahead to 20, 30 years that could possibly be causing long-term side effects. The problems they face for short-term goals have been linked to cause long-term side effects. Uninformed decisions as well as a non-regulated market makes for a recipe for disaster. You can go online, Google, buy real steroids, and all the information and supplements are all from underground labs. Whether you're buying snake oil or real deal stuff, you have no idea what you're actually buying. And with all this, and then people not knowing what to do with them, they search for internet forums where they find the information they want that has no scientific backing. This is called bro science. It's science without any scientific study. It's where a guy reads on a forum what happened to him, and then he reposts it as himself and says, this is what happened to me when I did this. It's not a regulated market, and there's not enough clinical studies behind it as well. For the steroids being one of the most abused drugs in America, there's little to no research done on it. They believe everything. And today, when America's teenagers believe that everything they read and everything online has to be true, and everything a prime example of a website that teenagers will use is steroidology.com, where you can find all your recommended doses as well as buy hundreds of dollars worth of vials filled primarily with peanut oil with a little bit of extras in there. The FDA has actually taken precautions against websites that are selling steroids as well as soliciting substances that are not steroids but are selling them as steroids. A famous quote from bodybuilder Ronnie Coleman states, "Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but nobody wants to lift heavy-ass weights." This is 8-time Mr. Olympia Ronnie Coleman. A prime example of why adolescents see steroids as a shortcut. When you're young, you don't think of tomorrow, let alone 20 years later, down the road. You see your goal and an easy way to achieve it. It's no secret that professionals use some sort of performance-enhancing drug or have before. However, they're also eating completely clean in the gym for hours upon a day. These kids see the same stuff and say, oh, this guy took this, I'm going to take that and I'll have the exact same results. These guys are monitored daily, all their vital signs are regulated as well as they test all their testosterone levels to make sure they're not causing adverse side effects to the body. As adolescents don't realize the harm they can cause to the body while it's still developing. Manipulating your hormones will not fully develop, cause long-term side effects, possibly leading linked to impotency as well as becoming sterile. A study in kids' health shows that multiple long-term side effects have been linked to but cannot be conclusively stated that, such as liver tumors due to toxins for premature male pattern bodies, both women and men. While again, none of these studies are completely 100% conclusive, they are all related. The only way to solve this problem is through education. A study conducted at Harvard-affiliated McLean Hospital in 2009 says there's no direct link between heart attack, failure, or anything like that due directly to the use of performance-enhancing drugs. Harrison G. Pope Jr. states that the thing that's remarkable about steroids dependency is it affects hundreds of thousands of people, yet it remains the only major form of substance dependence that is almost completely unexplored. A lack of reputable, non-biased research on long-term side effects makes the majority of steroid claims assumptions and linked. In most teens, however, there is no arguing that while manipulating hormones their body is still developing can and will lead to long-term side effects that are irreversible. A column written in WebMD makes a list of these side effects. However, the disclaimer on every one of these side effects is men who take animal steroids may receive this, may cause this. This once again is due to a lack of study and education. With the natural competitive nature of desire, it best drives adolescents to make drastic decisions and shoot from the hip. They gain short-term goals without proper knowledge. However, without definitive scientific proof of long-term studies and regulation, the information they use performance-enhancing drugs will steadily rise, while the factual information will still be decreasing. Without education, we will not be able to determine scientific long-term side effects. Without a more reputable source, kids will still look on internet forums for information and inject these substances into their system.